Hi Mom, it's time for lesson 4, reading books. And I'm going to turn the Kindle on. And so we're going to talk about choosing which book to read, the font size, searching within a book, and going to something in the book. So we're at the ABCs of Christmas. Let's read An Astronaut's Guide to Life. We have to go down, down, and then say, that's the one I want, so push our enter button. Here we are in the middle of the book. Sometimes we're actually 45% in. Let's say we want to read it. Find out where we're at in the book. We're going to hit the menu button. We're going to go to table of contents. Let's say we want to read chapter pre-launch, chapter 4. We have to get our line to go down there. It's actually not a line, is it? It's a hand. Okay, sweat the small stuff. We want chapter 4. Didn't push it hard enough. So there we are, chapter 4, sweat the small stuff. Let's say we want to go back. So the back button's kind of helpful. It just takes you to whatever you were doing before. So I'm going to go to the next page. Let's go to chapter 10. Make that hand move down to chapter 10. Say, take us to chapter 10. Push a little harder. There we go. Let's say we want to read a different book. We're going to go to the home button, home page, to go to a different book. Let's read The Boys in the Boat. We're going to go down to The Boys in the Boat. Hit enter. Okay, this one's starting off at page, the very beginning, at the title page. So remember, if we want to read, we just turn the page, Daniel James Brown, turn the page, turn the page.
It's not looted. I repeat, the train is not looted.
Prologue. Okay, so there you go. We can start reading the book. What's nice about the Kindle, it does a lot more for you than just letting you read the book. You can look for specific things, like the computer. You can say search for something. So I know this book is at some point going to mention Hitler. So if I wanted to search for the pages where Hitler is discussed, I could do my menu. I'm going to go to, or actually no, search this book. So search this book. Search this book. And we want to say Hitler. Now notice how the keyboard pops up. You don't have to capitalize it, but we have to get the H-I-T-L-E-R. So right now it's on A. So I'm going to move it to the right. So the H is there. See how it's blank down here when I push it? It puts the H down there. So now I want I. Put the I down there. T is over here, so I have to go down and to the left. So now H-I-T. L is up here, so I can either go over and up, or I can go up and over. I can even overshoot it and go all over and down. Hit the L. I need the E, E, and I need the R. So now I have Hitler. I no longer need the keyboard, so I need to make the keyboard disappear. This makes it appear and disappear. So keyboard gone. Still says Hitler. I want to hit the find button, but see how the cursor's over here? We want it over here. If I push the right, see how it's now dark? So it's ready to search for Hitler as soon as I push the center enter button. So Hitler shows up, location 44, 54, 161. So if you're looking for, like, if you wanted a quote, you could find a quote in a book by putting some of the words in. Or if you just want to read about, oh, when is it going to talk about Hitler? When's it going to talk about a particular person? You can put that in there and search for it. So right now, it's going to go to location 44. If I wanted to go to this one, where it talks about him, this one right here, then I could go down and go to that one. Or I could go down and go to this one. And there's actually going to be lists and lists and lists. Hitler's mentioned a lot of times, so there's 38 pages. So maybe this is the one I want up here. So I hit enter, and it takes me to that section about Hitler. There's a dictionary built in here. Let's say we don't know what the word vagabond means. If we take our arrows, no, there's no arrows shown at all on here, but as soon as I hit it, click on it, see how it has a flashing little cursor? It's going to give you, oh, maybe we don't know what Freemasons are. So if you put your cursor in front of a word, it gives you the definition for it. A Freemason, a member of an international order established for mutual help and fellowship, which holds elaborate secret ceremonies. And it goes on. If you want to read the whole thing, you have to press to get the whole thing. Come on, there we go. So here's the full definition of a Freemason. Kind of cool, right? Now we want to go back to where we were before, so we're going to use the back button, which is this one right here, the back arrow that says take me to what I was doing before. Let's say we don't know what the word antithetical means. We're going to put our cursor down there. There's the definition. If you don't want to see that, then you hit your back button and it stops doing that. These are things I don't think you're going to use at the very beginning, but once you start getting comfortable with the Kindle, you might enjoy doing that. Certain authors that I've read have a lot of vocabulary words that I think are kind of fun to make sure I have the exact definition for. Okay, so we wanted to know how to move between books, how to move within a book. So if I want to change stories, I go to my home page and say, I'd like to read Beneath the Scarlet Sky. So I hit enter. It takes me to Beneath the Scarlet Sky. Within this book, sometimes you're going to you're going to go to the wrong page and you're going to get all confused where you were. But if, like I'm moving around here, but if you know what chapter you wanted, you can always hit menu and go to, and you can go to table of contents. See that you're here, you have to go table of contents is down. Or if you go to a book where I've read it before and it's stuck at the 100% and you want it to go back to the beginning, you need to move it to the beginning, so we have to move to the right. And then we say, that's what I want, so we push the enter button. See, there's the beginning. Font size. Font size, we haven't talked about that yet. Let's see. You'll notice when I was going right, it was giving me the next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. This is your page turn, but this was actually turning chapters. So let's say my eyes are tired, or I'm wearing my contacts and this seems a little bit small. I want to see it bigger. You have the choice of making it bigger by using the menu button, change font size. This is where we're at. We want to go up here, so we have to go up. So we're going to use the up arrow. That's what we want, but we have to push the enter button. This is the font size that's currently being shown, which it shows you what it looks like. So if you want bigger, you want to move it to the right. All of a sudden it got bigger, right? This is what it's going to look like. Even bigger, bigger, and ridiculously big. There you go. I think that's a good size right there. This is the only one I use, is the font size, but you can actually change the type of text. You can do a sans serif if you want. So you can have, you can go down here, so you have to go down, 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 and it's going to go regular, condensed, sans serif. So you know the serifs are the little, yeah, so there you go. That's what the text looks like without the serifs. So if you want the serifs back on, that's regular. I think the font's too big, so I'm going to go down one and hit enter. So we've talked about moving between books, font size. I actually did some searching already, and go to, I think I've shown you more than you probably want to know right now. So we're going to call it good and turn our Kindle off, hold it till it flashes. There we go.